What is going on, my peeps? Your boy Versatile is back with another video, back to talk about my 24 hours first impressions, or first impressions nonetheless, of this here Google Pixel 4 XL. I've been loving. I've only taken a few pictures with the cameras because I've been so enamored by the physical hardware and the software experience on this thing. The beautiful G logo. Yes, why not? Let's attack the hardware first. What I'm most impressed by is the hardware right now. That's the first thing I'm going to tackle. My oh my, what detail they came across with the matte finish all around, both in terms of the white here, glass, and then the matte finished frame. It makes it so much easier to hold in the hand. It's not slippery like that. Haven't had the need to put a case or skin on it. And the beautiful thing about having matte white glass is that if you do incur any scratches, you probably won't see them. That's how nice this is. And then I like the black finish in terms of contrast with the camera module. And then of course that orange slash peachy colored power button, that just icing on the cake for this thing. I love it. I love this thing a lot. So in terms of hardware, solid. Speakers, amazing. Boom, open it up. Just beautiful, right? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What an amazing time of having this phone. I believe there was an update when you first initially power up the device and it installs on its own. Outside of that, we haven't experienced anything yet. I'm recording this as of October 23rd, so there could be an update that drops October 24th. If not, at some point between then and probably like the first week of November, since this device technically hasn't launched yet until the 24th. So an amazing experience I've had just in 24 hours, both in terms of setting it up, hasn't been too hard. Google's autofill has worked very well, and enjoying the 90 hertz after forcing it on, of course. And even if I didn't, I still wanted to anyway because I'm making sure I maximize my usage of this. Has been stellar. I can't say any much more about the software experience on this phone. If we go in here, one of the main things I could say I'm semi disappointed with is storage. As you guys see here, I've already used about 52%. I got about 30 gigs or so, no, not maybe less than 30 gigs left in terms of storage. Oh right, yeah, about 30 gigs right there on the spot. So that's something that I was not expecting too quick, but I did transfer myself from my previous phone, which kind of makes sense in this case. And so one thing that the only reason why I have the 64 gig is because T-Mobile only offered it. I got my device through T-Mobile. So I hope that Google and T-Mobile can come to an understanding next year if this was to pose a problem again and they release all models of the phone as opposed to just one. I really don't understand why they would only release the 64 gig at the carrier store. So in terms of storage, it's a nice experiment to see if you can still get away with using 64 gigs over the next year, but I definitely look forward to next year, hopefully getting rid of 64 gigs and the base of anything being 128 gigs. We should understand that Google's main focus with their phones is software and not necessarily hardware. With their cameras, they're very like basic camera sensors or whatever, nothing spectacular major about them, but it's their software that makes the cameras work so well. It's the software that makes their phone feel so fresh and fluid. And so with that being said, you're going to have a nice software experience with this phone. I know one of the things I have not noticed is like RAM usage. It's got 6 gigs of RAM. And as I checked, if everybody liked the LG G8 ThinQ, that had 6 gigs of RAM too. And so it's not like this is the only phone that did not have basically 8 gigs of RAM. So that shouldn't be an issue. There shouldn't be a problem. And Google software prowess, again, should definitely work in tandem with the 6 gigs of RAM and this phone, and I haven't had any issues in the first 24 hours. Being able to make it through apps, load apps, set up my apps, it's been relatively fast too. Wi-Fi on here works just as well as it did on my OnePlus 7 Pro. My OnePlus 7 Pro upload download speeds, you're looking at 144 down, between 144 and 149 down, and like between 5 and 8 up on either device. So Wi-Fi is fine, regular network connectivity is fine. It's got all of T-Mobile's like new lower bands It's got that implemented into this device here. And so coupled with this beautiful hardware, the phone has been a joy to use. Now, I did, if I can find it, I'm gonna see if I can find a picture of, maybe I got rid of it. I thought I saved it. Oh, maybe it didn't download, but I was gonna show you a picture of my battery life if I can find it. And all right, here we go. So this is my battery life that I was able to achieve off of my first very charge on this device. You're looking at basically 6 hours screen on time within 17 to 18 hour period. That's I did use it to about 1%, so I know I got that, but that's what I was looking at with this off the first charge, and I only expect that to get better. Something that I've been excited to see, because one of the biggest concerns was the battery. A lot of people like to only pay attention to numbers in terms of what the battery size is, but coupled with software optimization and battery optimization, you can get great battery life and don't need that big of a battery. And so one of the biggest things is, if a phone can satisfy and or meet your needs, what's the point in needing more, right? If everything's working, you are very happy with your phone, then why worry about more? And so that's what I've experienced here. The few pictures I've taken with the camera, being able to access specific settings in the camera has been nice. You guys know where I'm shooting at. But, if I swipe down, wow, you get access to the camera settings. And if you click on camera settings, of course, you bring into the other settings. Being able to swipe through all this is easy, as you guys can see, swiping through everything with no problems. Wow. So, again, great job done by Google in terms of being able to create an overall well-rounded phone. And dark mode for Gmail and Gmail, Google, and the Twitter app basically all hit at the same time. Gmail and the Google app hit last night. So if I hit this, as you guys can see, it's Gmail dark mode. And then I've already briefly showed you emails in dark mode. And then Twitter has lights out. As you guys can see, lights out. And that hit like earlier today. And so Google's taking dark mode seriously, and some apps like Google Drive, Messages, and pretty much Gmail as well, and the Google app all have toggles, but they also function with your system theme. And so that's one of the things I've pleasantly enjoyed on this device. And so that's really all I wanted to come and say real quick, was just talk about my very quick, first impressions within 24 hours. How have I enjoyed my experience using the Google Pixel 4 XL? And it's been amazing. I love motion sense. If I set it down, and then if I go to reach for it, wow, you see that? Boom. And then I was able to use it this morning to swipe my and that face unlock is fast. I was able to use the swipe gestures, or the air gestures, motion sense, to be able to snooze my alarm clock, which was cool because I really didn't have to move. I just waved my hand in front of it, and it accomplished exactly what I needed it to accomplish, which was snooze the alarm. And I was able to switch my songs while driving home without having to look at my phone, just swiping my hand. So I found that the functionality that Google is starting us out with the radar chip, Project Soli, in motion sense, I feel like that was a very, very smart idea to start us off with something simple to get used to and use before they throw a bunch of other features at us. And so I'm definitely looking forward to what else they provide for motion sense in the coming future. But that's all I wanted to share for now. I got to keep some things secret. I got dedicated videos to specific features of the Pixel 4 XL, of course, and hopefully you guys stay tuned for that. But your boy Versatile signing out, and until the next video, wait for it.